Welcome back. We've been talking about digital assets this morning and all week. I am joined right now by the president of the New York Stock Exchange, Lynn Martin. Lynn, it's great to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me on, Maria. It's always a treat to be on with you.
Thank you. And I want to start with what you've announced at the New York Stock Exchange, developing tokenized securities platform. What will that look like?
Absolutely. So it continues our tradition that we've had for 233 years, which is to revolutionize markets and do so in a responsible way. So what we announced this Monday was that we've developed the infrastructure which allows for the tokenization of equity markets. And it brings in all of the positive aspects of a tokenized environment. 24/7 trading, digital settlement, immediate settlement, and writing to a blockchain, as well as what's needed in the equities markets, including fractional shares, trading in notionals, the demand that we've heard from customers.
This is a big deal.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
This is a big deal to go to a tokenized platform. Do you think every market will eventually be tokenized?
I think aspects of the technology are going to seep into every market. So if I take a step back and think about one of the truly positive implementations of this technology, it's that instantaneous settlement. What instantaneous settlement does is it frees up capital. It frees up capital, which allows markets to become more liquid. The more liquid a market becomes, tighter bid-offer spread gets. A great data point where we've seen this in practice is when the U.S. equity markets went from settling T+2 to T+1 just last year. We've seen 40% increase in volumes on the New York Stock Exchange, 2025 to 2024. Now, some of that's due to volatility, but a lot of that is also the freeing up of capital that the shorter settlement cycle really brings into the market.
That's a great point. Now, do tokenized shareholders participate in dividends and in buybacks and in everything else that an ordinary or regular shareholder would?
So importantly, we are going to allow for the ability for someone to take tokenized shares from DTC, the clearinghouse, and move them to our platform, as well as the issuing of native tokens on the platform.
Okay. Let me switch gears, ask you a little about what you're expecting for 2026 in terms of the IPO backlog, in terms of what you're looking at in terms of new listings and from where. What are you expecting?
We're seeing demand from all sectors. It feels like it's going to be a bit of a super cycle year in terms of the amount of deals that come to market. Now, I'm not just talking about the mega IPOs. They may or may not come to market, but there's a tremendous amount of demand of backlog companies that have been sitting on sponsors' books, as well as companies that have just wanted to go for some time and put plans on hold because of volatility.
So are these private equity companies, or are these original companies that want to go public on their own?
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Bit of both.
Yeah, and because private equity has been really busy in terms of investing.
Absolutely. And they're looking at the opportunity to get liquidity from those companies that are a bit more aged on their books.
Well, there's a lot of competition for the New York Stock Exchange right now. I mean, you see what's going on in New York with the new mayor. You've got J.P. Morgan with more employees in Texas right now than in New York. There's the Texas Stock Exchange. How will you compete?
NYSE Texas, which we announced February of last year, brought it live March 31st of last year, and now have more than 100 dual listings on NYSE Texas in less than a year.
That's very interesting that you did NYSE Texas. How's it going? I mean,
it's going great.
Why would I go to NYSE Texas as opposed to NYSE period?
So many companies have taken the opportunity to dual list on NYSE, all the protections of the floor, everything you know better than anyone, as well as list on NYSE Texas. The advantage of dual listing on NYSE Texas is you are able to take advantage of all that pro-business legislation that Governor Abbott has enacted around shareholder rights, around litigation, around protection of C-suite of existing companies.
That's very positive. What about international listings and the competition there? Because, of course, we know that London wants it and Hong Kong wants it. Your thoughts on the international hub?
Yeah, we continue to see more and more companies working with us interested in a U.S.-based listing. There is no capital market on planet Earth that can compete with the U.S. capital markets. The breadth, the depth, the liquidity. Now, I'm incredibly bullish about 2026 for the capital markets, for the U.S. economy, and even AstraZeneca, who just announced that they are transferring to the New York Stock Exchange at the end of September. They've seen a 25% increase in their share price. We're excited to welcome them to the New York Stock Exchange on February 2nd.
Lynn, as I wrap up here, I want to get your take on China, because a lot of our viewers wonder why there are so many Chinese stocks traded on New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, U.S. exchanges, even though very often we see evidence that China is a bad actor. What are your thoughts on these Chinese companies that are listed, and do they follow the same rules as other companies in terms of accounting?
So all companies that are listed on a U.S. market have to adhere to the same standards, the PCAOB standards. I think it's important to delineate between the larger companies and then the small caps. The very small caps, the micro caps, the majority of those are not listed on NYSE because they don't meet our gold standard listing requirements.
You're saying that Chinese companies do report the same way in terms of earnings as U.S. companies?
They do. If you look at a company like Alibaba, they do.
Yeah, because it wasn't the case before that a couple of years ago, and I just wondered if they're actually following that. You say they are.
They are. They are. Particularly a couple of years ago, I remember being with you at maybe like 2 or 3 Davoses ago where we were talking about the audit requirements and coming to a resolution on harmonization of the audit requirements. And they are adhering to that.
Lynn, thanks very much for being here. Lynn Martin joining us, president of the New York Stock Exchange. We'll be right back.